Trump is the best. But is he really? Do Japanese people always frown when they see him? He breaks rules. He offends. He never apologizes. And yet we can't stop watching. In this video, we explore how Trump's loud, shameless style clashes with Japan's quiet and polite culture, and why, in that very clash lies his strange power. He says what we're too polite to say, the power of rudeness. Why does Donald Trump sound so loud to Japanese ears? Because in Japan, silence is a virtue, and indirectness is considered a form of respect. But Trump doesn't believe in subtlety. He walks into a room and dominates it with words. He interrupts, criticizes, mocks, and never apologizes. To many Japanese people, that's shocking, even offensive. But here's the twist: some admire him for it, because he says what others are afraid to say. In a country where avoiding conflict is the rule, Trump breaks it without flinching. It's almost refreshing, in a strange way. Japanese people are trained from childhood to read the air, to avoid being too direct. Saying no can be more difficult than solving a puzzle. But Trump, he says no like it's the easiest word in the world. He shows how power can come from bluntness, not politeness. And maybe, just maybe, some Japanese people wish they could be more like that. More honest, more unfiltered, more Trump. Is that why, deep down, we can't stop watching him? Because he's everything we're not supposed to be? Trump is the mirror Japan avoids and the spotlight it secretly craves. Trump is the best when apologizing is weakness and strength is loud. In Japan, saying sorry is like breathing. We apologize even when it's not our fault. Someone bumps into you, you say sorry. The train is late, the staff bows deeply, again and again. To the Japanese, apology is not weakness. It's social glue. It keeps harmony intact, even when things go wrong. But Trump, he doesn't say sorry, ever. He doubles down. He attacks. He reframes the story. And oddly, many people see that as strong leadership. In the U.S., apologizing is sometimes seen as admitting defeat. Saying I was wrong can make you look small. But in Japan, refusing to apologize is what makes you small. That's why Trump feels so alien here. His refusal to say sorry isn't just rude, it breaks an emotional law. A law that says protect the group, even at your own expense. Trump protects only himself. And that, too, is powerful. Because there's a strange beauty in not caring what others think. He is shameless, bold, loud, and some Japanese people envy that. They wonder what would life be like without all these social chains. Without the constant pressure to be polite, humble, apologetic. Trump shows a world where apology is weakness, and strength is volume. He doesn't bow. He doesn't flinch. He points. He shouts. He wins. And for that, Trump is the best. Act first. Apologize never. Trump's beautiful recklessness. Trump doesn't wait. He doesn't ask. He just acts. Boldly, loudly, without hesitation. To many Japanese, this is terrifying. In Japan, decisions are made slowly. Meetings are held. Silence is respected. You must read the room. Read the air. But Trump reads nothing and still wins. He walks into rooms, owns the space, and speaks first. He dominates not by logic, but by energy. In Japan, this would be seen as selfish. But in America, it's often admired as decisive. Even if it's reckless, at least it's fast. And in today's world, speed often beats perfection. Trump knows that. He doesn't need consensus. He doesn't need permission. That makes him dangerous and strangely effective. While Japanese leaders hesitate, Trump acts. While they worry about group harmony, he breaks through walls. And that's why some Japanese watch him with awe. Not because they agree, but because they wish they could do the same. To not wait, to not ask, to simply act. Even if you fail, at least it was your choice. Trump is not careful. He is not considerate. But he moves. Fast, strong, unapologetic. And for that, Trump is the best. Brag loud. Bow never when confidence feels like an attack. In Japan, you downplay your success. You say, it's nothing, even when it's huge. But Trump, he says, I'm the best. Loudly, repeatedly. without a blink. To Japanese ears, this sounds aggressive. It feels like a punch, not a statement. Because in Japan, humility is power. Silence speaks louder than words. But Trump flips this upside down. He praises himself before anyone else does. He boasts about victories, even if they're minor. And when he fails, spins it as success. Is that lying, or is it a form of survival? In a world where only the loud are heard, maybe silence becomes invisible. Japanese people bow to show respect. Trump stands tall, arms wide, face forward. He makes himself impossible to ignore. That makes many Japanese feel overwhelmed. But it also makes them wonder, what would happen if I spoke up too? What if I said, yes, I'm good at this? Would I be seen as arrogant or finally noticed? Trump forces this uncomfortable question, not by asking, but simply by being himself. That's why he doesn't just divide. He awakens. And whether you love him or not, you remember him, because no one brags like Trump. And for that, Trump is the best. The man who never says sorry in a culture built on apology. In Japan, apologies are everywhere. You say sorry when you're late, when you disturb someone, even when it's not your fault. It's not about guilt, it's about harmony. But Trump, he almost never apologizes. Not when criticized, not even when proven wrong. To Japanese people, this is shocking. They wonder, isn't that shameful? But Trump doesn't seem ashamed. He doubles down. He shifts blame. He laughs it off. He treats apology like weakness, like surrender. That's the exact opposite of Japan. Here, apology is strength. It takes courage to say I was wrong. It restores peace and rebuilds trust. But Trump redefines the game. He shows that, in some places, never saying sorry makes you look powerful. Because if you never admit defeat, you never appear defeated. It's a performance, and it works. That's why Japanese people are both confused and intrigued. Could apology itself be a luxury of the humble, or a trap for the modest? Trump forces us to rethink that, not with logic but with impact. Because every time he refuses to say sorry, he still ends up center stage. And for that, Trump is the best. Reading the room or blowing it up? In Japan, silence speaks louder than words. You're expected to read the room, to sense tension, adjust your tone, and never overstep. Harmony is maintained by what's not said. But Trump doesn't read the room. He sets it on fire. He walks into meetings, not with humility, but with a megaphone. He insults. He provokes. And when people freeze in shock, he smiles. To many Japanese, this is chaos. Why break the mood? Why create conflict? But maybe that's his power. He doesn't adapt to the room. He forces the room to adapt to him. It's dominance through disruption. It's charisma by collision. And it works, at least for his audience. They don't want calm. They want spectacle. And Trump delivers. So here's the question. In your culture, is it more powerful to blend in or to stand out? To keep harmony or to shake things up? Trump does the latter. And for all the rules he breaks, he gets what he wants. Attention, control, fear, fame. Not through politeness, but through audacity. And in today's world, maybe that's the winning formula. Trump is the best. Never say sorry, the power of shamelessness. In Japan, we say sorry even when it's not our fault. Sorry for the rain. Sorry for being too early. Sorry for taking up your time. It's not weakness. It's politeness. It's our way of softening human friction. But Trump, he doesn't say sorry. Even when he's wrong. Even when he's caught. Even when millions criticize him. He doubles down. He says, I'm right. Always. To a Japanese person, this feels dangerous. Arrogance, or confidence, rudeness, or strength. We're taught that true leaders are humble. But Trump flipped that idea. He made ego a virtue. Shamelessness became a strategy. And here's the twist. It works. In a loud world, those who never apologize get heard, get noticed, get remembered. So tell me, in your culture, do you respect someone more when they bow? Or when they never kneel? Trump never kneels. And in that stubborn pride, he wins. Trump is the best. Loud wins when volume replaces truth. In Japan, silence can mean strength, a quiet nod, a calm pause, an unspoken understanding. But in Trump's world, silence is weakness. He talks, then talks more. Even when he's wrong, talks louder. Facts? Optional. Logic? Overrated. Volume? Always maxed out. He once said, if you say something loud enough, people will believe it. In Japan, this would be shameful. We value restraint. We bow instead of shout. We wait instead of argue. But Trump plays a different game. He wins arguments not with facts, but with force. He overwhelms you, drowns you, until you forget what the question was. It's not about truth anymore. It's about who's louder. And you know what? That works. In a world of short attention and loud media, Trump's voice cuts through. He fills every room, every screen. You may not agree, but you can't ignore him. You can't escape him. Because volume is power. Trump is the best. Pride versus humility, two cultures, one mirror. In Japan, we hide our pride. We apologize, even when it's not our fault. We say just a little, even when we've done a lot. Modesty is a rule. Self-praise, social suicide. But Trump, he is pride. Unfiltered, unapologetic, untamed pride. He says he's the best, the richest, the smartest. Even when he's not, he doesn't wait for praise. He delivers it to himself on a golden platter. In Japan, we avoid standing out. In Trump's world, if you don't stand out, you disappear. He doesn't shrink to fit in. He expands to overwhelm. This is where two cultures clash. Japan teaches children to blend. Trump teaches followers to dominate. One says, know your place. The other says, take the stage. So who's right? That's not the point. The point is the loudest voice often becomes the story. And Trump? He's been writing his own legend since day one. Trump is the best. The power of being un-Japanese. Trump breaks every rule Japan respects. He talks over people. He never bows. He never waits. And he never, ever, stays quiet. In Japan, we admire harmony. We avoid conflict. We think long-term. Trump? He thrives in chaos. He wins by shouting. And he lives in the now. It's easy to hate him, but harder to ignore him. Because deep down, he forces us to ask, could Japan ever produce someone like this? Would we ever allow it? Could we even survive it? He represents everything Japan hides. But that's why he fascinates us. He's not quiet, humble, or reserved. He's fire, not water. Noise, not silence. Pride, not grace. And yet we can't stop watching. Because in a strange way, he exposes the limits of our own culture. And maybe, just maybe, that's why the world needs people like him. Trump is the best. But honestly, Trump is the worst. This is just one example of Japan's unique way of thinking. Do people in your country do the same, or is it completely different? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment. And if you like this, subscribe for a new video every day. See you tomorrow at the same time.